Prisons have long captured human imagination, serving as symbols of justice, punishment, and sometimes unimaginable cruelty. Across the world, many prisons once feared and notorious have been abandoned, left to decay, or shrouded in secrecy. These forgotten sites carry haunting stories of suffering, resilience, and the dark side of human society. Today, we explore 10 forgotten prisons whose histories are chilling, their walls echoing with the past. 1. Alcatraz, San Francisco, USA. Alcatraz Island, located in the cold waters of San Francisco Bay, is perhaps the most famous abandoned prison in the world. Opened in 1934, it housed some of America's most notorious criminals, including Al Capone and Robert Stroud, the Birdman of Alcatraz. Its isolated location, surrounded by treacherous currents, made escape nearly impossible. Despite this, Alcatraz became infamous for its harsh conditions, strict rules, limited privileges, and brutal punishments. By 1963, the prison was closed due to high operating costs and deteriorating facilities. Today, Alcatraz is a tourist destination, but the echoes of its dark history remain. The empty cells, rusting bars, and decaying buildings provide a window into the harsh realities of life behind these walls and the mental toll on those who were imprisoned. 2. Robben Island, South Africa. Robben Island, off the coast of Cape Town, is a stark reminder of South Africa's apartheid past. The prison operated for centuries, but it gained global attention for housing political prisoners during the 20th century. Among its most famous inmates was Nelson Mandela, who spent 18 years imprisoned here. Conditions were brutal. Forced labor, minimal food, and harsh treatment by guards were the daily reality. The prison was closed in 1996. Today, Robben Island is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Its decaying buildings and isolated location preserve the memory of struggle and resilience. 3. Eastern State Penitentiary, Philadelphia, USA. Opened in 1829, Eastern State Penitentiary was a revolutionary prison in Philadelphia, introducing the concept of solitary confinement as a form of rehabilitation. Inmates were kept in isolation for years, with minimal human contact. The design featured long, radial cell blocks and high walls, creating an oppressive and eerie environment. Despite its intended purpose, the prison closed in 1971 due to its deteriorating structure and inhumane practices. Today, it stands as a museum, with crumbling cell blocks and rusting gates providing a chilling insight into early American penal history, offering lessons on the consequences of extreme isolation. 4. Patarei Prison, Tallinn, Estonia. Patarei Prison, located on Tallinn's seaside cliffs, began as a sea fortress in the 19th century and was converted into a prison in 1920. It operated under multiple regimes, including Estonia's independent government, Nazi Germany, and the Soviet Union. Under Soviet control, the prison was notorious for its brutal treatment of political prisoners, overcrowding, and harsh punishments. The prison closed in 2002, leaving behind a decaying structure filled with empty cells, graffiti, and remnants of the dark past. Today, Patarei is partially accessible for tours, offering a chilling glimpse into the suffering endured by those imprisoned under different regimes and serving as a stark reminder of political repression. 5. Kilmainham Jail, Dublin, Ireland. Kilmainham Jail was built in 1796 and became infamous as the site where leaders of Irish rebellions were imprisoned and executed. During the 1916 Easter Rising, many revolutionaries were held and executed within its walls. The prison was closed in 1924, but remained a potent symbol of Irish resistance and suffering. Today, Kilmainham Jail is a museum, preserving its original structure and artifacts. Walking through the empty corridors and cells, visitors can feel the weight of history and the bravery of those who faced imprisonment and death for the cause of Irish independence. 6. Château d'If, Marseille, France. Château d'If, located on a small island off Marseille, is one of France's most famous historical prisons. Built in the 16th century as a fortress, it was later used to house political prisoners and religious dissidents. Conditions were harsh: damp, cold cells with little ventilation or sanitation. The prison gained worldwide fame through Alexandre Dumas' novel The Count of Monte Cristo, in which a character escapes after years of unjust imprisonment. Château d'If closed in the 19th century and is now a popular tourist destination, though its empty cells and crumbling walls continue to evoke the suffering of prisoners who were once forgotten by the world. 7. Tuol Sleng Prison, Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Tuol Sleng, also known as S21, was a high school converted into a prison during the Khmer Rouge regime in Cambodia from 1975 to 1979. It became one of the most notorious sites of mass incarceration and torture in history. Approximately 17,000 men, women, and children were imprisoned, tortured, and executed after being falsely accused of political crimes. Only a handful survived. Today, Tuol Sleng is a genocide museum. The haunting environment gives visitors a stark understanding of the brutality of the regime and the profound human suffering endured within these walls. 8. Diyarbakir Prison, Turkey. Diyarbakir Prison in southeastern Turkey was notorious during the 1980s for holding political prisoners. Conditions were inhumane. Overcrowded cells, torture, and psychological abuse were widespread. Many inmates faced long sentences under brutal regimes. Human rights organizations documented extensive abuse. Though the prison remains operational in some form, large sections have been abandoned or preserved as reminders of the dark history. Its walls tell stories of political oppression. 9. Robben Island Maximum Security Section, South Africa. Beyond the general history of Robben Island, the Maximum Security Section deserves special mention. It was designed to isolate political prisoners and criminals, ensuring minimal contact with the outside world. The Maximum Security Section is now a museum and a stark reminder of the extremes of political repression. Its preserved cells and work sites allow visitors to witness firsthand the harshness of confinement. 10. Almeria Fortress Prison, Spain. Almeria Fortress in southern Spain dates back to the 10th century and was later converted into a prison. During Spain's turbulent history, the fortress housed political prisoners. Many prisoners never survived their sentences, and the fortress became notorious for its inhumane treatment. Today, the prison is abandoned, with crumbling walls and empty corridors, allowing visitors to explore its dark history. These 10 prisons reveal the darker side of human history, from political repression to cruelty, forced labor, and unimaginable suffering. Each abandoned site preserves a piece of history, reminds us of the past's horrors and the need to protect human rights today. The empty cells, crumbling walls, and eerie silence make these prisons haunting time capsules of suffering and survival. If you found this journey through forgotten prisons fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to explore more dark and mysterious places around the world.